Hello guys, Savory Dragon, and I am recording a video on Fortnite is dying. Okay, I've watched this video before, so this won't be the first time, but I was waiting for my computer to come, and this is my first ever screen recording, and I hope it's good. Please tell me if it's not, which y'all can probably say, because this is a terrible channel. I don't know why you're watching it, and if you are, just go and watch Jackaboy or something. But this is Fortnite is Finally Dying by GEN. I don't know if I call it Gen or GEN, but it's all caps. But there is also a second part. I'm going to be doing a second video on the second part. So, let's get into the video.
Before I start this, I want to make something clear. I don't want this to be a little YouTuber bubble sort of thing where everyone agrees with me and we all move on. I want this to be productive. If you're thinking for yourself and you disagree with anything that I have to say, come down into the comments, let's have a discussion. I want you to try to change my mind. I'm going to try to change your mind. I don't want to hear arguments like, haha, you're bad at the game. That's not an argument. I want to have a serious discussion and I want to come to some sort of conclusion, and I want this to be productive. So please, think for yourself. If you like me as a content creator, do me a favor and have it.
Y'all can also have a discussion in the comments, but I'm slow at responding because I don't upload all the time on my channel. I just went to Colorado and I got back a couple weeks ago, and now I'm going into school. So, yeah. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to copy it.
Discussion with me. If you disagree with what I have to say, I would love to hear it. And I genuinely mean that too. Okay, let's begin. What is going on, guys? It is Jed. Today we're going to be talking about something that I'm very excited to talk about.
I have the subtitles on.
Fortnite's dying. Why is it dying, and why does that make me so happy? Now, before I start, I want to make it clear that Fortnite is the #1 game out right now, and it's going to be that way for a little bit. And I also don't like it when games fail, because it's one less game that I can enjoy. But when you have a company that does everything in their power to appeal and design game mechanics around the most casual players in existence, which, by the way, are the same types of players that will enjoy any environment that you put them in as long as they have their friends and don't care about.
That is me. I'm a genuine gamer, but I do like playing games, so let's continue.
That is my overhanging point, but I'm going to go into detail. I'm going to explain what I mean when I say that. I've been preaching this from day one, and people are just now starting to catch on. So let's back up. Let's go to the beginning of my Fortnite experience.
This is a bit of an older video. It's season 4, I'm pretty sure, not season 5. So some stuff could have changed, some stuff might have not changed. But, you know, just saying that.
Started playing Fortnite 4 to 5 days after it came out, way before it blew up. Ever since my first play session, I've been very critical of this game, saying things that I still agree with to this day. Like, for example, why is Bloom still in the game 9 months after release, when it should have been hotfixed out of the game week 1? So, to start this list off, the biggest problem in Fortnite, in my personal opinion,
this is one of his older videos.
I do not like the idea that it doesn't matter how good you are at aiming. It doesn't matter how good you are at tracking. Your aim...
I've already watched this video. Bloom is stupid. It's just, basically, you aim in the general area and the game just does like a Russian roulette to see if you'll hit the target.
Is determined by a random number generator. You might hit the shot, you might miss the shot. It's completely determined by something completely out of your control. From a gameplay perspective, this is a god-awful mechanic. It should not belong in any shooter that you compete with other players. That is borderline objective. Every single person watching this video right now should agree with that statement.
I agree with it.
Bad gameplay mechanic
because
to have luck be more important when it comes to winning a gunfight than skill. But
the reason that nobody, if you join H1Z1 right now, you're gonna get demolished because it doesn't have bloom in it, and the people that's played it for a long time, they know what type of weapons to go, they know where to go, they know how, like, aim. They know how to aim with these guns that they like. So that's why you can't. That's why H1Z1 doesn't explode. But I agree with his statement right now.
For some reason, I don't think I will ever understand. Epic Games and the Fortnite community seem to think that this is okay. I go on the forums, there's not a soul talking about Bloom. Matter of fact, all I see is people begging for some of the most pointless stuff, like event-exclusive skins or refunds. I remember that was going on for a long time. How about perfecting the core gameplay first before we worry about refunding something that you intentionally clicked on but regretted it? There are also some things that I don't agree with that I've said in the past. I've altered my opinions. I used to think building was a problem in this game and that it should be looked at. The building mechanics in this game are hurting it. I no longer agree that building should be adjusted. After seeing big
I think building is key to this game, because the reason that some players are better than others is maybe one player's good at shooting, like they have a good genuine aim, but you can't really do that with Bloom. But then building is like the key difference in skill, because it's like you have to. It's just like, I don't know how to put it, but you want to get on top of the other player and hit them better, because it's going to be harder for them to, you know what I mean, you probably know what I mean. But building, it really just helps you in the game. Like, watch Myth. Like, if somebody shoots at him, he builds a fortress. But then some other people, like me, I tried to use Builder Pro. I'm just terrible at it. So I just still use Builder Pro, and I build a small Combat Pro, and I build a small 1x1. And also reason that I thought this would be a good idea for me, because this is a kid's point of view. Because most of the big YouTubers are children. I'm not a big YouTuber at all. I am a midget channel. But let's continue. I keep on clicking.
Streamers master building and properly demonstrate the skill gap that it offers. I quickly went to master it myself, because I fell in love with the idea of Fortnite utilizing skill-based mechanics. Building used to be okay due to not many people building at the time. The game was still pretty new at the time that I had mastered building. This means when I get eliminations, I'm gonna get more mats. When less people are building, they're stockpiling mats, they're not using them. I had more mats. I could utilize this skill gap as I see fit.
That's
to
true.
Potentially beat someone who might not be as good as I am. Fast forward 6 months, late season 3 to current, everyone's building.
I don't
it's
think
common
this,
knowledge at this point to be building. Even the really bad players that don't even know how to build are attempting to build and utilize the
that's
skill
good,
gap.
because
All
now
this
they're
means
actually
is when you
trying.
get eliminations, there are less mats being distributed every game. Less mats means less of an opportunity to utilize the skill gap. I'm pretty sure it goes without saying that Fortnite just needs more materials. Blitz was a beautiful thing. Blitz V1, mind you. Blitz V2 was a flop. It went from 150% material gathering to only 50%. Little things like this tell me that Epic doesn't like skill-based mechanics in their game.
That's true.
They're trying so hard to appeal to people.
They're always creating clingers, the C4, and the machine gun, now the drum gun, and then now the compact SMG2, to all counter building. So, that's my opinion, because Fortnite's a good game and all, but they just want to, just kind of make more money, draw more people in, and kind of keep it going as long as they can. I see that from a business point of view. So, but let's continue.
People that have literally never touched video games before in their lives. as made apparent by the most recent patches, Epic is doing everything they can to nerf the build shoddy meta, but they're being very subtle about it. They want to be careful because they're fully aware that full-blown reworks to the core gameplay mechanics will kill the game on the spot. My example of this, H1Z1. This is what happens when you abuse your core gameplay mechanics and constantly adjust it based on feedback. You never touch the core gameplay mechanics. And Epic isn't. They're fully aware that they shouldn't do that, but they're trying their best to nerf it in every other way they can. For example, changing llamas from 500 to 200, floor loot from 30 to 20. They don't want you to build. They don't want you to utilize the only skill gap the game has to offer. But they're not going to change it. They're not going to change how it works, but they just don't want you doing it. Why? Because it makes it really hard on the new players to get in and enjoy themselves when they're being outplayed. Which sounds good for business. It's smart for business. Getting more players into the game and enjoying it. That's great. But how scummy is that? To slap your dedicated players in the face because they're too good at the game. This is why Epic was interested in adding skill-based.
If I was Epic, this is an idea that I would do. I'm a potato. I have never gotten a single win on Fortnite. Not in solos, not in duos, not in squads. I'm talking about like the base. I've gotten wins in 50v50. Don't worry, I'm not that bad. But like, I think a good idea would be to like add in a game mode, like a permanent game mode for the people that haven't even gotten 5 wins or below. If you got 5 wins or below, you're put on special servers for people that haven't gotten it, so they can help get their confidence boosted and help them get better at the game, because you're not going to get better at the game if you don't know how to build, and if you don't know how to just aim in general, because I'm not trying to be rude, Luca, if you're watching this. When you were playing on my Xbox, you weren't aiming. You were shooting at the person, then you just looked up and you were shooting. If you're new, aim. Just aim. Or just use a tactical shotgun. Don't use a pump. I've learned to use pumps, it's just I get stressed out. Like, I went to an eye doctor, the guy said I was the most stressed person he's ever seen. Because, like, I kept on blinking my eyes over and over. But, anyway, that's my idea, to help them without changing the core mechanics. And I think that would be a good idea. Leave in the comments if you agree with that. But I hate Bloom. Take it out. But be very subtle about it. Like, don't tell anybody. That's can kind of be rude. But then maybe the noobs will become good, because maybe the noobs are the ones that are aiming, like, that are actually aiming pretty genuine, but Bloom is against them. I don't know. Maybe there will be a big swap. I don't know. But I'd prefer that, but maybe not, because then nobody will play Fortnite. But what would also be cool is integrating like a Windows mixed reality into it, or the Oculus Rift, so like you could look around with the thing and use the joysticks on it. That'd be cool.
Matchmaking. They wanted to keep the new players away from the good players so they would stay and invest in their product. That's not how gaming is supposed to work. If you're not good at something, you can't go into it expecting to be the best. If you do that with Fortnite and you quit because of that, that's your loss. You don't punish the players that took the time to get good at the game because the new players aren't able to compete with them. What you do is you add a training ground for the new players to get in and really learn the mechanics so they can compete with those that are way ahead of them. Or another approach that Epic has actually done, you can add limited time modes that keep the good players away from the bad players by not tracking stats and leaving the good players not interested in that mode. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully the point I'm trying to make is clear by now. At every turn, Epic is trying to base their game around incredibly casual players that don't really play very well. And that's cool. Casual players should be taken into consideration. They should be able to enjoy the game and have fun with it. But why is it at the expense of the players that are playing because they're good at the game?
That's true.
Another reason that Fortnite is beginning to struggle is because the community is pulling the game in so many different directions, and Epic listens to their community. Half of them want shotguns nerfed into the ground. The other half don't want them being touched. I personally don't want them touched because, as you can probably tell by the first half of this video, I dislike things that involve luck rather than skill. For example, literally any other close-range weapon in the game. The only reason I use and enjoy shotguns is because they're consistent. Even at point blank, SMGs have a chance to miss your target and you can miss out on damage, and that adds up quickly. Why would
One-shot accuracy, that's what helps shotguns.
Use a bloom-based weapon when I can use a shotgun that's going to guarantee damage based on my aim? There really is no reason, and it's a shame that half of the community is trying to push this game into a bloom-based submachine gun or AR meta. It is disgusting. They don't understand what they're doing to the game.
Maybe it's something that helps them.
This game turns into an AR fight meta where the luckier person wins. Is that really what you want?
I don't want that. See, this guy is doing one-shot accuracy.
Solely on luck and then skill.
One-shot accuracy, it's like the one shot has no bloom, but the second shot and the third shot and all the rest of the shots do. That's why I'll see pro players, they'll build a small 1x1 and then they'll go up, shoot, up, shoot, up, shoot, so they can't hit their head, but they're still shooting.
Over a build shoddy meta. Don't get me wrong, I don't think the shotgun is the most skill-demanding weapon in the game, but it's consistent. The bullet goes where you tell it to go, and that's important to winning a fight. I don't like AR spamming. I don't like sub spamming. I don't like most of the weapon roster. The only guns I like are the pump shotgun and the scoped AR, because aim is the determining factor over luck. That's why I only play with those guns. Shoddy build meta is not my preferred meta. If I had the choice to build this game from the ground up, I would make it AR focused, projectiles, bullet drop. I would make it similar to the sniper. Imagine shooting AR projectiles like the sniper. You gotta lead your shots, you have to aim higher than the target if you want to hit them and they're far away. Like, that's how I would base
this.
Smart. I would basically make Fortnite pre-season 3 H1Z1. Like that.
That would be a cool idea. Like, Fortnite creates a more realistic version, like what I was saying earlier, like with the Oculus Rift. That would draw even more players into the game, and then it would kind of become like what's it called? Ready Player One. If you've seen that movie, I recommend it.
I know it's opinion, but I want to say it's just an objective statement. Pre-season 3 H1Z1 was the best BR to ever exist, period. Recoil patterns were super easy to learn for new players. It made the game easy to get into, but the good players, the players that had been around for a while, they still had the advantage because of game knowledge. They knew the map, they knew the bullet drop, they knew how to seat swap, they knew how to drop shot. Like, it was all there. It was the perfect BR, and I would base Fortnite around that if I wanted to focus on skill-based mechanics, while allowing casual players to also enjoy their time there, because the game is easy to learn, it's easy to get into. H1Z1 now, it's not easy to learn, it's not easy to get into. I guarantee you, if you've never played H1Z1 before, and you download that and attempt to play it, you are going to get destroyed. That was a little bit of a tangent, but my closing statement is Epic, if you want to nerf the building meta, if you want to nerf the shoddy meta, add consistent skill-based mechanics elsewhere in the game. The game will not survive without building, and it will not survive without shotguns. Very specific reason these two are used, and it's for those reasons. I'm sure you can come up with a player-friendly way that's not frustrating to die by, that can satisfy both crowds. Anyways, that's all I have. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, everybody.
Well, I agree with most of that video, but shotguns I like, but I just like, they kind of need a they just need a decent, like, weapon that new players won't be able to use, but pro players will be able to use and be decent with them. But, like, something that's common, because I know that a pro player now can, because of Bloom, they can lose to a noob with a scar if they have a green AR and not a shotgun. But I agree with this video, but I know that there's a part 2. Where's the part 2? I gotta find the part 2. I wanna find it. Oh, let's watch why Fortnite Jed lied to you. Okay. This is a 2-minute video.
I recently saw a video in my recommended feed that caught my attention. Fortnite is finally dying by a gentleman by the name of Jed. I watched the video because I was genuinely interested in what he had to say for 11 minutes.
I haven't seen this video.
And because I have the real reason why
I haven't seen this video, so this can be all new to me.
Why Fortnite is dying, that can be explained in a couple minutes. So little did I know, when I looked up his video to get this screenshot, apparently there are lots of other people complaining about Fortnite, but Jed's video seems to be the most viewed one at the moment, with 2.2 million views as of this video being made. So in his video he talks about Fortnite being a luck-based game because of Bloom-based shooting or
yes, it's luck-based.
some shit, and building being the feature that tests your skill the most. I get it.
Yes, it is. It is. I'm trash at building. That's why I haven't gotten a win, but I've gotten close to a win when I was focused. So if I'm focused, I can build decent.
He probably pounded the pavement, did his research, put on Cerebro to find answers, and had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That's cute. Sometimes the real answer lies right under your cock without you realizing it. If you haven't figured out the real reason by now, you must be deaf. Open your fucking ears.
Oh my gosh.
I've been playing the answer during this whole video. It's the fucking Season 3 and 4 lobby music. This is why people are leaving Fortnite Epic Games. Bring back the Season 1 and 2 music. That shit was epic as hell. It gave me my first boners, cured my sociopathic tendencies, and gave me friends.
Okay,
This new music gave me erectile dysfunction. This is why people hate your game, Epic Games. Bring back the old music.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh my god.
This one is absolute dog shit. People keep over.
Why are you complaining about the music? It's stupid. You're supposed to be talking about. You're just making your own opinions. You're not talking about the other guy's opinions because you're reacting to the. Oh my gosh.
We're analyzing the game's failure for dumbass reasons. It's the fucking music. Think about it. It's all been going downhill since they changed that.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, that's all I have. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, everybody.
Oh my gosh, this guy is absolutely stupid. This guy is absolutely stupid. If you enjoyed this video, you like more bleeping content like this, please subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video, please like and subscribe and don't watch any more of my videos. My gosh. Can I dislike it? Where's the dislike button? Well, this guy's an idiot. Well, go and watch, let's watch one with Allier, yeah. Allier's a piece of poop. But we can watch this in the next video. Wait, let's see, what button do I click? Goodbye. Wait.